Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. It is Thursday and now our designated construction updates day. And we've got Andrew McFadden from our Public Works Department. Andrew, welcome back to the show. How are you doing today?
Good.
Good. Glad to have you back on here. And we are jumping right into this. So first and foremost, we'll start with the major project, and that's the Fitchburg Road reconstruction project, or road construction project. I was going to say reconstruction, but it's both, technically. Anyway, let's jump into what do we have coming up here, or what did they complete this week first? How about that? A little bit of this past week, and then we can move forward.
Yeah, so folks are out there. You probably saw the outside lanes closed 9 to 3. We did a lot of the clearing, grubbing, getting the site prepared for kind of the future construction. We resolved some of the utility conflicts, kind of south of Traceway, and then doing some erosion control and patching up some riprap and backfill around the ped bridge abutments. But I think the biggest thing that you probably noticed was the new traffic signal up at Greenway. We taking down the temp signals there, and now it should be fully. There's a kind of a few push buttons that we have to kind of tweak a little bit, but by and large, that signal's done. So feel free to let us know if there's issues or anything you see up there. And that's kind of, so that's kind of the last week.
Perfect. So moving forward this week, then things moving right along.
Yeah. So this week, it's switching over the McKee intersection to temporary signals. So look ahead to that. And that just kind of preps the way for us to be able to clear out those old signals, and then we're going to complete the median setup kind of south of that for the traffic switch this week, and then next week we're going to kind of finish that up, build a path to the pedestrian bridge, and then do some more utility relocations and a detention pond north of Caddis.
Yeah, it's gonna. I've been over there a couple times this week at the McKee intersection in Fitchburg Road, and watching them prepare to take down those lights and put up the new stuff looked like a lot of work happening there. The traffic shift that you mentioned, when do we have that slated to occur potentially?
Yeah, so that's probably going to happen right before or on 4/12, so April 12th. And so we're kind of finalizing exactly when that might come late in the week before that. But that's definitely when you should expect that. And I will also note, what we did up at Greenway, we'll be doing that at Post and a few other signals. So, the closures might not look exactly the same, but we're going to be kind of switching over some of those temp signals to full permanent signals on the North Avenue, the corridor.
As they're removing all the old pavement and stuff, when they do that traffic shift, for people not familiar with the construction process, what are they doing? So as they reconstruct why the traffic is switched over, walk us through that process.
Yeah, I mean, so what you'll probably see is, drop my mouse.
Don't worry about that. That happens. Live TV.
What you'll probably see is, cutting in the median, kind of prepping that space in order to kind of make that transition safe. And then, I mean, really, that'll just be, I mean, you won't be driving on it, but kind of over the next 2 weeks, you'll see kind of what that's going to look like ahead of the main switchover. So hopefully that
awesome.
helps.
As far as traffic alerts, daily closures and stuff, that also will be continuing on as prep work continues.
That's right. Yep, those outside lane closures, and then occasionally we'll have some message boards up there when we do those permanent signal switchovers. Just expect minimal delays on one day while we get those big poles up.
And safety-wise, Andrew, always the top concern, no matter what project is going on. For drivers coming through the area, what would be the message that you would tell them for safety?
Yeah, please slow down, especially when crews are out there. Folks, we're going to be kind of moving things around a lot. And so, as we do that, just if you can stay slow and kind of check out, what the temporary messenger boards and traffic control say. I mean, it's going to change a lot. So just make sure that you're kind of aware. It's not going to look the same every time you go through there.
Absolutely. All right. Any other comments on the Fish Hatchery Road construction project?
No.
We're going to get you fired up here with our next project, East Sherrill Parkway. Tell us what's coming up on that corridor.
Yeah, so again, starting about April 12th, we're looking to put in some bump outs there at Woods Hollow in East Sherrill. And we're kind of going to be starting with some of the intersection work, putting bump outs in, kind of reconstructing some of the sidewalks there, similar to what we did last year. And then we'll be doing a mill and overlay kind of on the rest of East Sherrill there, then following up. So most of that work's going to be done in April. And I can follow up next week on kind of what our full construction schedule is going to be looking like there.
Why the bump outs? So why are we going to bump outs in this area?
Yeah, so similar to what we did in the past, it just kind of shortens that crossing for pedestrians, makes it a little bit more comfortable to get across there. And we're working with RTD on kind of, Old Habits. We're working Metro on kind of where those bus stops are and kind of temporary, and there are adjacent bus stops to that. So we want to make sure that folks can, again, that area is kind of changing. So we're just kind of improving it, making sure that people can be comfortable across the street there.
Will we have any actual closures then of the road as that project goes on, or is it just kind of barrels go up, maybe some one-way, whatever the case may be? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we will have some closures, certainly of Woods Hollow. Those will be redirected to a detour. And we are kind of coordinating this with the Fish Hatchery Road closures further north. But we're not expecting closures of East Sherrill for really that much. It would just be one, I believe, weekend closure as we repave, mainly just to get that kind of out of the way. And I can definitely follow up next week with exactly when that would be.
Oh, don't worry about it. More or less, we get the info out and make sure people understand what's coming up. And, you get every week. I mean, we're going to spend so much time together, Andrew. You're going to be a pro by the end of the season. I'm telling you, you'll even take over my job. You didn't know that, but that is going to happen. So what do you think about that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to keep doing this. It's
just note, folks, he did say he's happy to keep doing this, but no, he doesn't want my job, which is okay because I'm no engineer by any means. So, Andrew, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. For people who want to learn more about these projects, where can they find them online?
Yeah, so both projects certainly have project web pages, and so we'll be getting up kind of, we have the weekly updates with a lot of the same information I'm giving you, just kind of in text. So if you like it better that way for Fish Hatchery Road, feel free to check that out. We are pushing that out now in kind of the weekly Notify Me's. And then we'll get a little bit more details on the project for East Sherrill coming up here in the next probably week and a half. So.
All right. Well, Andrew, thank you so much for your time. I know you're a busy man, so we appreciate it. And we'll check back with you next Thursday.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeremy.
You bet. Andrew McFadden from our Public Works Department, doing some great work out there. And I promise I won't heckle you every time that you're on the show, all the time. All right. We'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.